This isn't even so bad. We got some cool tomatoes and cucumbers. It's okay.
We just got to Scotts Bluff National Monument and we got a little too hungry on the drive here. So we're gonna eat before we do anything else. I just made some roasted potatoes and peppers and onions with some veggie chicken nuggets. And Evan is outside. He just made a pot of soup and he's drinking it straight from the pot. So I think we're gonna work for a little bit and then we're gonna go on the drive up to the top of the rock and do a little hike. As we were wrapping up our work and about to go actually enjoy this park that we're at, all the electronics started acting funny. The air fryer worked fine when we made lunch, but then the fridge, half of it, the freezer side turned off and I couldn't get it turned back on, and the fan shut off and the internet was not working well. So we're trying to diagnose that right now. The car battery is fine. We don't know if it's the battery isolator, like the leisure battery isolator in the back, or the leisure battery itself. So we're gonna try to jump the leisure battery using the Noco boost and hopefully get some juice back, because like this type of battery is gonna be hard to get where we are. So hopefully we can just jump it and it'll be fine. But it's not charging at all off of the alternator right now. So we'll keep working on it. Okay, we believe it is an issue with the battery isolator. The car battery's fine. The leisure battery we were able to jumpstart, but that isolator is not letting the charge come from the car to the leisure battery. So we're gonna bypass it in a little while and just run the car battery straight back to the leisure battery without the isolator in the middle, just so we can juice it up. And then that'll last us through the night. And then tomorrow we can pick up a new isolator. Okay, in the meantime, we're gonna go ahead and drive to the top of Scotts Bluff, which is what we were here for to begin with. So we're gonna go do that real quick and then we'll finish managing the battery. Turns out the road up to the monument closes at 4. It's 4:30 right now. This is literally the only reason we came to Nebraska. We would have spent an extra day in Wyoming if we knew we weren't gonna get to do this, but I guess we'll try to cram something fun in tomorrow before we leave. We made it to our harvest host. We're gonna check out their farm store and then hopefully halfway resolve the battery issue so that we can get through the night.
This isn't even so bad. We got some cool tomatoes and cucumbers. It's okay. I'm just touching the two wires together. Touch the wire to the other wire, and the electricity goes between the wires and then into the battery.
Evan just very bravely connected the car battery to the leisure battery. I implemented one safety stop, but we got it done. And we just taste tested the pickles from the Harvest Host. They're very nice. They're not quite as crunchy as store-bought pickles, but they are delicious, really good flavor. I'm glad we did dill and not like some sort of bread and butter.
Yeah. Tasty.
So, now since we have to leave the car engine running, we're gonna run to a grocery store, try to get some treats to boost our morale a little bit. The original plan was for Evan to get a nice steak for dinner because beef is a big thing in Nebraska. But I think we should just do like ice cream for dinner or something.
Oh, I want steak. You can't have steak?
Well, I don't know. Where are you getting and cooking a steak? We can't turn, so that we would totally go to a steak restaurant, but we can't turn the car off. Like the car has to stay on until the leisure battery gets juiced up. So that's a bit of a problem. Which way did we come from?
Go the right way.
Okay. All right. So I don't know. Anything else to add?
Yeah. Happy Nebraska.
Happy Nebraska. I just ran in the grocery store and got myself a nice little prepackaged dinner. It's salmon, noodles, and a couple of green beans. I feel very good about it. We're eating it cold because we can't use power to warm anything up. Evan just ordered a steak to go. What was your special request about it?
I asked if they could cut it up for me as if I was a small child who didn't know how to cut my own steak. But it's because we don't have a steak knife here, and I'm gonna give me a plastic knife. I'm gonna cut through the whole clamshell and get the gravy all over my pants. So maybe they'll do it, maybe they won't. I said if you can't do it, it's okay. So I'll get a steak though. Maybe it'll make the steak better. Who knows? I like steak.
What do we have here, Evan?
Here. I got my steak. They cut it for me. How nice. Oh, into little bite-sized pieces too.
It's finally time for bed. Today was really rough. The other day, we had like a really fantastic day, and we were literally chasing daylight because we didn't want the day to end. You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so nice. Today, it was the opposite. We couldn't wait for the sun to go down. So, yeah, it's time for bed. We got to do one last thing to hopefully situate the batteries for the night. We held ourselves together pretty well. But yeah, today was not good. Not a good first impression of Nebraska. It wasn't all Nebraska's fault. But yeah, not a great day. We'll try again tomorrow. What are we up to tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow we'll head to this little agate fossil place. Maybe find some fossils, maybe redeem the whole state of Nebraska. We'll see.
It's got a lot riding on it.
What is this about? It's like sticky feet.
Good morning. It's Nebraska Day 2. We're dedicated, committed to having a bit of a better time in Nebraska. We're starting off strong. Evan just made us these glorious looking PB&Js. Look at this. Ooh. We just got to the agate fossil beds, and there's a lot riding on this.
The whole state of Nebraska is riding on this one experience right now. It's looking good so far. The visitor center is closed for another 20 minutes or so, so we're gonna go on a little hike. There's a 1 mile interpretive trail, and they have fossils in place. So like as you hike, they like dig up a fossil and they just like leave it there out, maybe in some display case or something for you to see where it's like supposed to be located. And we'll see. I think there's these little beaver things, little spiral beaver holes.
Oh, yeah.
or something. I don't know much about them, but we're gonna find out.
We're wrapping up our 1 mile loop, which is the perfect duration of a hike, by the way. 1 mile loop hike at the agate fossil beds.
Saw the fossils in their little places, in their little cages, and very cool. A lot of little placards and information centers for what this place looked like 20 million years ago, and other places that looked like it, and the flora and fauna that lived there in that time.
It's very cool. The demon helix, that's like the main feature of this trail. So there weren't any like animal fossils or anything, but the demon helix spiral was down on the ground. It was some ancient beaver that it was kind of like a mole, so it had strong forelimbs and big teeth, so it would chew out the dirt and then paw it behind itself and create these spiral columns, and that was their little den. We just finished up at the Agate Fossil Beds, Museum? Visitor Center. This was a good stop. This went a long way for how we are going to remember Nebraska. And more to come. But not in Nebraska. Goodbye, Nebraska. Today we're in Iowa. This is a short state visit, but we're starting off strong at a National Historic Site, I guess, and it's the Effigy Mounds. So it's like an ancient burial site, super sacred. The board was very informational. So we're about to walk up and see what it's all about. The visitor center was closed today, but the site itself is still open. So we're gonna walk up this trail and go look at the mounds. We just finished our walk around Effigy Mounds National Monument, and it was super serene in there. We did like a 2-mile loop. I didn't film any of the mounds themselves because they were people's ancestors, so that didn't feel right. But the overlooks I did film, and those were really beautiful. The first one we stopped at, there was like a nice information board that we read. But the second one, we were sitting on this bench, and I heard these like birds of prey like chattering, talking to each other. And I was like, oh, they're probably super far off. And then right then, these 2 bald eagles swooped down. We got to watch them fly around, and it was really cool. And they moved a little further down the river as we were walking down the path. So yeah, super beautiful, very peaceful little walk. So where are we headed next?
Yeah, we're going to the Field of Dreams movie site. So it's where the baseball diamond in the cornfields where they filmed the movie. It's this whole big tourist attraction. So we're gonna check it out. It came highly recommended from Joey's old neighbor in Atlanta, Steph. So we'll see how it goes. He built it, so he built the whole thing, and then no one came. And I think at sunset or sunrise or something, some important time of day, players or the ghosts of dead players, they all came out of the cornfield. They all like walked out of the cornfield, and they had the players there. What's Angels in the outfield?
We made it to the Field of Dreams movie site.
It's very pretty here. It's just a baseball diamond in a field of corn. I guess by design, but it's nice. There's like a bunch of people here. They're doing some sort of like scrimmage or game, or they're all like dressed up in uniforms. So I don't know if it's just a photo op or if they're at an actual like local team playing here. I don't know, but they're all taking pictures in the corn. It's very cute.
We just left the Field of Dreams site. It was pretty funny while we were there because there were a bunch of parents like forcing their high school age sons to take pictures in front of the sign. And I overheard one conversation, and the kids were grumbling about it, and the parents were like, well, one day you're going to appreciate that your parents made you do this. It was just very funny. These children have not seen this movie, and they're like doing this forced photo shoot in front of this sign after baseball practice. So that was pretty funny. The sunset was very nice. People were like making fun of Iowa, that it's just cornfields. We had a very nice drive, especially along the Mississippi River. That was good. And now we are on our way to our harvest host for the night, which is a wine store. Good morning. We had a very nice time at the winery yesterday. The owner, Lee, was awesome, and he talked to us a lot, gave us some recommendations of things to do, and talked about our travels with us. And it was, I liked that the winery, like Evan kind of pointed this out, it wasn't like a super snotty, uppity, oh, I taste hints of oak winery. His flavors were all like kind of fun and ridiculous and very tasty. So we ended up getting our friends a bottle of plum wine to take to them when we see him, I guess, later today. So now it's the morning, and I'm driving, which is why I'm not looking at the camera. And so we're on the way to Planet Fitness. I'm still sore from yesterday, so I don't know. This might be one of the rare times when we just go and take a shower and don't actually work out, and I think that's okay. And then I want to take us to a nice coffee shop in Dubuque.
Oh.
Yeah. So I think that's our plan for the morning. All right. We just finished up showering, all clean, and we're getting ready to make our way out of Iowa. This was a quick visit, but I think we got to see a decent amount of stuff. I think our favorite part was definitely the bald eagles flying over the Effigy Mounds in the Mississippi River yesterday. People have equated Iowa to Nebraska a lot and like warned us, oh, just drive through there. We could have done another day here and definitely been happy. Those are two very different places. So yeah, Iowa, very nice state, and we'll see you on our next one.